In the art of planetary mechanics, the Earth is perhaps the most concentrated nebula that exists in space. If you are traveling through space and you came upon a nebula, it would be much like seeing a raindrop that can be harvested of energy and power. Now, we are reimagining the power supplies, realigning the power supplies of the planet Earth, okay? But in order to do that, you need to understand how to draw from universal battery that's available to you. Undisciplined, unpurposed energy that is so abundant that on its own it regulates life support across the planet. The Earth is basically a power converter system that is powered by the sun, and it has been powered there for 4.3 billion years. Now, as a result of that continuous charge on the planet, there's a planetary battery that's 25 miles thick called the crust of the Earth. Now, above the crust of the Earth, above the ground, of course, is the atmosphere, which is charged and released by the rotating of the Earth every 24 hours, okay? But that residual charge results here in the crust. Now, by conduction, the energy was brought into the crust. By conduction, the energy is brought out of the crust. So this undisciplined energy is then rectified, organized, and emitted by simply paying attention to elevation differences and a tubing system like this that goes through the ground. You're able to take, just like a diode rectifier, you're able to take a diode and put it in circuit with the Earth's power battery system, tying it to ground, moving the atmosphere through it, which results in a current flow, and the difference in elevation produces an increase in pressure. And it starts to take the atmosphere, which is a combination of air and water, rectifies it and separates it out, producing kinetic energy and water flows simply by tapping the battery of Earth. We're using the second law of thermodynamics to do that. But if you were in space and you had to sap power away from a nebula, all you could use would be conduction. You couldn't use gravity, you couldn't use combustion. You would have to use a methodology of routing the energy into a tubing system where you could then place into a processing system, a conversion system, a generation of energy, okay? But the Earth is the greatest undisciplined, not purposed energy source that exists right under your feet. The only purpose for energy is life support. And as we learn to harvest, how to configure the power supplies that go through Earth battery, and how to rectify energy, we're able to give you access to unlimited power like you've never known.